starting with Utah this week?
Yeah, as we go into the last third to quarter of the season, certainly when we look back at our last game, you know, it was really fun for the first half in the stadium. The crowd was great. The players were into it. We were after them. We played well, and you know, for the third time this year, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but for the third time this year, we took the lead into the fourth quarter and didn't hold on, and we need to find a way and learn how to hold on to leads and extend leads in the fourth quarter rather than letting the game get away. So that's where we're at. We're on to Southern Utah, obviously a big conference game for us. We've got an opponent that's been really, really good the last few years. They do a lot of things well. They run the ball well. I mean, to the point where we've got to account for a lot of different personnel groups and formations. And Wildcat has been a big part of. You know, a couple weeks ago at Idaho, they played most of the game in a Wildcat look and ran the ball well that way. So we've got our hands full with them.
Questions?
Coach, is there something in particular on Southern Utah that you can point to for their struggles this year? Is there something that hasn't worked as well for them this year?
Shoot, Derek, I don't know. That, you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. I think they're pretty young at some spots. They got some new guys. Maybe kind of a reflection of where we are a little bit, you know. But, you know, every Saturday's the same. Got to go out and play, and both teams will be hungry to win Saturday, I'm sure.
Seems like they've really endured some struggles in terms of quarterback injuries. How do you go about preparing for a team defensively when it's a little unclear exactly who they're going to roll out there? Like you did mention, of course, the Wildcat.
We have to be ready for the Wildcat part of it for sure, because that can be potentially be a big part of the game plan. The other thing that you know, I anticipate that they had a guy at the second half of the game last weekend really played well, and so that's kind of what we expect to see.
When you talk about finishing in the
when
we talk about finishing in the fourth quarter, is there something you can directly point to that you guys need to improve on to be able to execute that passion of the game?
Yeah, we just got to make plays. I don't know, you know, I don't know what the deal is. We're not making enough plays on either side of the ball. You know, and certainly it's not an effort deal. So we just need to play a little better in the fourth quarter.
Was there something that you noticed on film that you didn't see live that you kind of took away from that?
I thought the 2 fourth downs were huge. You know, one for us, one for them. And you know, I think that's kind of where things start.
Jace, playing against a Wildcat type system, how does that affect the defense?
They're pretty good. They have a pretty good O-line, so we're gonna have to get off blocks, really work on that this week, and just focus on that Wildcat and get in the film room and watch what they do.
Jace, what has it been like for you this year? Obviously, you know, you have a couple guys in your linebacker room that you can kind of watch and try to mimic as you get older in your career. But what's it like been for you kind of playing an expanded role this year?
It's been huge to learn under Dante and Bus. I mean, what two better guys to learn under? And I mean, Coach Bear is a great coach, and he gets after us and makes us play at the ability that he wants us to. So I think that's also good.
Jace, how would you just gauge the confidence level of the team right now, going into November?
I mean, we got to go into it with all the confidence in the world. We just got to push forward and let everything in the past, let it be, and just look to Southern Utah this week.
What would you say is motivating you guys coming off a 3-game losing streak?
I mean, we just have each other and just keep pushing forward, like I said. And Coach Hauck always gets us going, and I mean, everybody has the confidence in him. So.
Sammy had 4 catches, I think, on the first drive of Saturday. Did they do something after that to try to take you out of the game? Did you see they were shading coverage your way or something?
I wouldn't say they did anything in specific. I think it's just the way the reads are sometimes, where you're going to hit the ball, sometimes you won't. So, I mean, I don't think they did anything in specific. It's just the way the offense goes.
Sammy, how do you feel right now? It's been a few good games here, kind of in a stretch for you. So how do you feel about your confidence in this offense right now?
I mean, I'm always confident, but I mean, like I told my guys all the time, I'm like, I could care less if I have 1 catch or 50 catches. I would rather get a dub than the stats. I mean, what matters at the end of the day is the W or the L. Nobody cares about anything else at the end of the day.
Coach, what do you guys gain just as a team by just going having a good week, getting a win, and kind of then stack them up?
Oh, I mean, we can gain a lot. I mean, just about Southern Utah right now, and get it up there, and then we'll see where we go from there. But right now, it's just all Southern Utah.
Coach, what do you think about Sammy's play in particular in this offense this year?
Well, we don't have a lot of history together before this season, so that's where we gauge it on. Sammy's done a nice job. He's evolved as a player. He's catching the ball more consistently, more cleanly than he did in the past, and I think his quarterbacks have a lot of confidence in his ability to do that, and to the point where maybe we're not reading it as well as we need to all the time, because they have a lot of confidence that he'll come up with it.
Have you been to Cedar City before, Coach?
Yeah, I have. Trying to think. It's been a while. Might have been when I was coaching at NAU way back. Driven through there 1,000 times. Getting home.
Coach, defense played, really great ball through at least the first 3 quarters against the top offense in the conference.
Yeah.
What do you hope that they take away, at least from those, that kind of, the first 3 quarters at least?
Well, we need to evolve. We're in terms of the defense and really the whole program, we're some things we have to do better from day one. We're playing harder, we're playing more physical, we're tackling better, we're staying on blocks better, we're doing some things that are good. I think our temperament and our aggressiveness are increasing, and I think that showed up really in the game, and then I think ultimately it comes down to finishing. And whether it's a play or a quarter or a game, we need to finish, and right now that the Achilles heel is the fourth quarter.
Jace, how would you kind of describe, you guys had an edge. How would you kind of describe, what that was a part of, and how you maybe want to capture that going forward?
Last week as a defense, I thought we practiced at a high level all week. I mean, we were getting after it all week, and I think that carried over to Saturday. Like Coach said, we've seen him finish in those last couple quarters, and just focus on that.
Coach, after kind of looking back at it, how do you evaluate Dalton's game on Saturday?
He played fine.
Defensively from Southern Utah, what kind of defense do they run? What stands out?
They're mostly an even front. They do a lot of things. And they're going to mix some man and zone pressure. They'll jump into some odd, particularly on 3rd down. That's kind of who they are. So I guess in summary, they mix it up pretty good.
Coach, you've done way up and way down at points this season. What's kind of your view on momentum and how it affects the game? Do you think it's an important part of the game?
I think you create your own. That's what I think. So we need to do that.
Any more questions?
Bobby, what allowed Jeremy Calhoun to rise up and get some more carries last week?
He had a good week of practice, and he's the healthiest of our running backs going in the game, so that probably helped. And just in terms of production, I thought we blocked decently in the run game.
Do you have an update on Jesse Sims' injury?
I don't have one. I'll get the depth chart out tomorrow.
One more?
Back to Jeremy. What do you like about his skill set that he can bring to the offense when he is fully healthy?
He's a good, solid running back. He runs hard. He's got pretty good vision. So hopefully hang on the ball and get some tough yards.